Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a Western Electric 2554, and this is Robert's telephone from New Jersey. And this is the initial checkout. So we have the telephone apart. We're going through the telephone and we're going to be troubleshooting it. First of all, somebody has installed a pigtail here and the clip is broke off of that. And they had it sticking out of the back where your normal modular plug already is. And it shouldn't have been there. I don't know what they were doing with it, but that's improper. And we've talked to Robert. We're going to remove this. This is going to be gone. We're also going to go through the network and the keypad. I have the keypad loose. And the reason why we have the keypad loose is because we need to troubleshoot the network and the keypad. Someone's been into the network, and I don't know yet. I'm going to have to go through the wiring and see what they've done. Because at this point, this telephone does not dial out, and it's not a polarity issue. Although we need to install a bridge rectifier for the polarity so that we know that no matter where this telephone's plugged in, it will always work properly. But this is not a polarity issue at this time. We're going to be installing the bridge rectifier, but something is wired wrong, or the keypad is bad, or the network is bad. So we're going to have to go through that and find out exactly what's going on, because we know somebody's been into the telephone. Another issue is the plug for the handset cord here is busted up. So we need to replace that because it's broken. And so we're basically just going to go through the whole telephone and get it squared away for Robert. And we're going to take a short break and go through the telephone and troubleshoot, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and so what we've done is we've replaced the plug that is for the handset cord at the base. And so that was broken, and that's been taken care of. What we want to do here now is plug the telephone in, because I want to talk about the telephone not dialing out. And now I can give you a dial tone. So we have dial tone, and we're going to go ahead and try to dial out. But if you watch the analyzer, you can see none of the numbers are registering. But we have it connected properly, and it's not a polarity issue at this time. So nothing is happening. We'll go ahead and hang up. It seized the analyzer, and it is not dialing out. So we know that there is a problem between the network and the keypad, either one or both. So we're going to go ahead and troubleshoot that out now and get that repaired. And so we'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we're in the middle of the process of repairing this telephone. And one of the issues that we were looking at was the keypad and why it wouldn't dial out. And so we've troubleshooted the network, checked all the wiring and the keypad, and what it comes down to is the two tunable coils on the keypad, and they were bad. What happens over time is they lose the ability to be tuned properly, and they lose their frequency. So basically what happens is, if you sat there and tuned them, now I got a few numbers out of it, but it would not have lasted. The coils get old, and they just do not hold their tuning any longer in a lot of these telephones. And this is a wall phone, and for the most part you would pretty much equate this with the telephone taking a drop, maybe being dropped or something, and that's still a possibility. Just because it's a wall phone doesn't mean it was hanging on the wall forever. Somebody could have threw it around a little bit, but I'm sure they go out on their own also, just through age. So we can no longer tune the coils properly for the proper frequency. and you have to have the proper frequency or it will not pass through the telephone company or the analyzer. So this keypad is bad. It's been replaced, and here's our replacement. And this keypad is not repairable unless you had another set of coils that were in good condition. And really, it would be a lot of trouble to repair them. You'd have to pull them off the board and then put them back on, and it would be a lot of trouble. So generally, when the coils go like that, we just use the other parts for other things because the other parts are still good. And so, there's no sense in changing the coils. And it was probably a bad design anyway. I don't know why Western Electric didn't come up with a different situation. They could have had some kind of a circuit that was more precise. And later on, they did start building a more precise frequency pass on their tone generators. So, why they used them, I don't know. It seemed like it wasn't a cost thing because the coils are actually probably pretty costly to make. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. That keypad is gone, and it won't give Robert any trouble. So we've repaired that part of it. We're going to go ahead and plug the telephone in, and we're going to give you some dial tone. And now what we want to do is walk through our numbers. If you watch the analyzer, you'll watch the numbers go by. And the keypad is loose, and I'm going to end in a 2. Now I'm going to do that again. I'm going to hang up. I'm going to give you dial tone. Watch the analyzer. We're going to walk through our numbers again. I'm going to end in a 2. And I'm going to transmit into the handset because we did replace the modular plug for the handset. If you watch that red light on the analyzer, every time I transmit, that's 100% modulation on transmit when you see that red light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, hello. So we know that this telephone is dialing out now. We know it has receive, transmit. The modular port plug has been replaced. What we're going to do is we're going to build our bridge rectifier circuit now so that this telephone, no matter where it's ever plugged in, it will always have the proper polarity. And so we're going to start on that. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we have installed our bridge rectifier. So that is wired into our network. And what we want to do is go ahead and plug the telephone in, and we're going to do some checks before we put this telephone back together again. We'll give you some dial tone. We want to dial our numbers like before if you watch on the analyzer. I'm going to end in a 2. I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to end in a 2. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap around our polarity where we have our jack that's plugged into the back of the telephone. Go ahead and hang up, give you some dial tone. And now we're going to dial out again. I'm going to end in a 2. I'm going to hang up and do that one more time. I'm going to dial 2, end in a 2. Then I'm going to dial a 2 and take dial tone away, and I want to transmit. Just like before, that red light's an indication of 100% modulation on transmit. So we know that this telephone and I want to go ahead and unplug it. No matter where it's plugged in now, it will always have proper polarity and it will always work properly. So now what we can do is take a short break. We'll put everything back together again and we'll do our final checks. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back now, and we are finished up in the repair of this telephone. And so we're going to kind of run through a little bit about what went on. We replaced the handset modular port plug at the base. Like you've seen earlier in the video, that was broken and needed to be repaired. We went through the network, the keypad, the bell circuit, the hook switch, and the receiver and transmitter. And we were making sure that everything was proper. We found that the keypad was bad and it would not dial out, and the coils caused that. They were no longer holding their tune and they couldn't be tuned, so that keypad was replaced. We also installed a bridge rectifier so that anywhere this telephone's ever plugged in, it will always have proper polarity at the network, because we want it to work properly for Robert anywhere he plugs it in. And so now we're going to do our final checks. I want to go ahead and ring the telephone. We'll let that go a few times. I'll let it go one more time. Give you some dial tone. Like earlier, we're going to walk through our numbers, and I like to check as many times as I can because this was one of the issues. I'm going to end in a 2. Now I'm going to transmit into the handset. Like earlier, if you see that red light, that's an indication of 100% modulation on transmit. So now what we can do is we can move this telephone over to a regular line. So now I want to go ahead and press the button on the switch box. That gives us a line out and totally takes the analyzer out of the situation. And so we'll go ahead and call that time and temp number. Give you some dial tone.
Good evening. Today is Thursday, August 15th. The time is 8:08. Current temperature 75 degrees. Partly cloudy tonight and Friday, low tonight mid-50s, Friday's high upper 70s.
Okay. We can call one other number. We can call my number and it'll be busy. Give you some dial tone. Now on this telephone, we also removed a pigtail that somebody had installed, and it was improper for this type of telephone anyway, so we removed that. Now that we know that this telephone has been repaired, we can return it to Robert and he can enjoy this telephone. These 2554s were very good telephones, and I'm sure this telephone is going to be around a long time. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.